Hello, Happy New Year, and welcome back to 2022. This year, Greater Clark would like to start off in January reminding ourselves of the safety protocols that we have in place for Greater Clark County Schools. All of our staff students should be familiar with our poster and our protocols that are posted in all of our classrooms. This poster helps and outlines the types of drills that Greater Clark County Schools conduct each month or each quarter or semester in order to keep our students safe. Today we wanted to enhance that and add a little bit more communication for our teachers so that they would know exactly what to do in the event of each of these drills or in the event of each of these emergencies. In addition to our poster, we have now created a communication folder for all of our staff in Greater Clark County Schools. This will be something that you will post in your classroom so that in the event of any drill or emergency, you will have quick and easy access to this. You will want to make sure that you take this with you in the event of each drill and emergency so that you have the information that you need, and also this acts as a communication folder. Today we're going to start off by talking about the different types of drills and how this communication folder will be used. Our first type of drill is reporting. It is important for everyone to know every staff member, every student, and every family member has a role in school safety in Greater Clark County Schools. And that starts off with our first type of drill, which is reporting. We only know what is happening in our school and communities if that information is reported. There are lots of different things that would need to be reported to a school counselor, to a teacher, or to an administrator. Types of things that should be reported in Greater Clark County would include bullying, child abuse, threats, possible weapons, any type of gang activity, a bomb threat, any kind of power outage or water advisory, or any other situation deemed unsafe for our staff and students. And your responsibility would be to make sure that you report that to your administrator, to a supervisor, or as a student, you report that to your teacher or your counselor so that we can keep all kids safe. In the event of child abuse, teachers and staff, it's very important for you to know that this is the one reporting drill where your action is most important, and it is your requirement by state law to make sure that you call the 1-800 hotline number and make that report yourself, to share that information, to do everything we can to keep all of our schools safe. In the communication folder, you will find more information outlined on reporting drills, and each of the type of drills that I just mentioned, there is a little bit of information here and the next step and course of action for any teacher or staff member in Greater Clark County Schools. Remember, school safety involves all of us. Now I'll turn it over to Amy Cook, the principal at Charlestown High School, to share a little bit more about shelter-in-place drills.
Hello. For our shelter in place, oftentimes this is going to be something that is happening in the community. It could be a medical emergency. This is the second row here on our poster. For this, it can be that the school day can continue. You can continue teaching. Students are free to do what they need to do in the classroom. What the main concern is that we don't want students coming in and out of the building, or it might be if there's a medical emergency, we need to clear the hallways and allow access for an ambulance or emergency people to come in and assist us with whatever that emergency may be. And we just need to kind of isolate certain parts of the building or to stay in our classroom. This is very different than a lockdown, which is what Officer Mitchell is going to discuss at this time.
Hello. The lockdown drill, or the lockdown, usually includes some type of emergency within the school. It could be an armed intruder. What we use is a avoid, defend, or deny and defend method. First thing you want to do is you want to avoid the situation. You want to, if you're in a classroom, you want to lock down, follow instructions from your teacher. We want to turn the lights out. We want to go into our hard corners and lock the doors and remain quiet. If you're in a hallway, you want to find a place to lock down. If you need to go into another classroom, you can go into another classroom and lock down in there. Then we want to defend. Basically, you want to pay attention to what your teachers are telling you to do and listen to and follow all instructions that they give you to remain safe.
The last two drills that we have are going to be the evacuation and the fire drill. Both of these would require that we would make an announcement throughout the school to evacuate. Along with the fire drill, we also announce that now. If there is no announcement and the fire alarm has sounded, we pause and we assess. Students and teachers are taught this at least once a year whenever we review our safety protocols. But if there is a fire drill, we typically announce that ahead of time, just like we would for an evacuation. We then have an assigned area, and you would leave the building and report to that. And then that is where our new protocols and our new folder come into place. It would be helpful there, and I'll let April discuss the color coordination of that.
Thank you. So the new enhancement to our safety policy is really just this communication folder. It starts with the office staff, and it also is available for all of our bus drivers and all of our staff members, certified and classified. And it is just really a communication folder. It does have our safety protocols in place, and then it kind of takes you through the next steps of the reporting policies, the shelter-in-place drills, and then it does wrap up with a little bit more information on lockdown, evacuation, and fire drill. Teachers, staff, it is very important that you keep this in your classroom so that it is quick and easy access, but you also make sure that it is put back after each drill or every situation so that you have it in the future. So please make sure that you do keep this handy. This also acts as another type of communication, and that is in the instance of fire and evacuation tornado drills. There are some times where we need to visually be able to see that all of our students and staff members are accounted for. And so we want to make sure that in Greater Clark County, regardless of what school or what staff member that you are, that you have access and you understand our communication. In the event of a fire drill, I would take this outside with me, and if I hold this up visually, then you can see that green means that I have all of my students, that I've taken roll call and attendance, and that I know that everyone is safe and accounted for. In the event of a fire drill, yellow would be held up in the event that you are missing a student, or you might have had an extra that was coming out of the restroom, or that just you was walking with your class as you exited the building. So you would hold that up so that someone could visually see that you're missing a student, or that we need to problem solve with you. And in the event that during the emergency or during the drill someone became injured or someone became impaired, you would need to hold up the red sign to flag that you need some emergency assistance. So this is multifaceted. This communicates with our staff so that you know the protocols and procedures. It explains the next step and course of action and who you need to report to. But it also is a visual communication tool to make sure that we are showing that our kids are accounted for, our staff members are safe, and that we are all ready and prepared to kick off 2022 in the safest way possible. Thank you so much for giving us a few minutes of your time. At this time, we do ask that you make sure that you go over the protocol poster in your classroom and take a minute to just reflect and have a New Year's resolution to make sure that you're a part of the Greater Clark County Safety Team. Thank you so much.